outrageously good so far. But Josh, where's the difference going to be made here?
Trace is definitely looking to break the streak here, but I'm looking to EDG to set the tone. They're more well-rounded, but we've seen their highs and lows. And Trace, it's all on their game plans that they bring out in those first 30 seconds that really let us know, are they going to have a chance or not? And into the round, we got EDG.
Blinded.
Gonna get spotted at long B there, but doing a slow contact into this B area.
With EDG on the attacking side, let's see how they handle Hebe, especially playing that deadlock, looking wonderful in their previous series, especially against the likes of Lev. Very strong, very hard to handle. They know what's happening here. Yankee has to respect this and fall away to safety, but they look to take space elsewhere, and they've done just that. But can they close down? They can't! Waiting on the other side, EDG so aware of what was coming their way, and they just wipe house. It's just down to one. In a 1v4, what are you meant to do here?
My ultimate isn't ready.
Can't use the hat. EDG. The firing squad.
Clean. I love that as well. So diligent in approaching. It shows a level of respect. EDG are taking no prisoners and not taking it lightly. Even in a 1v4, they're sat there facing CT together. I want to see what this looks like now with Trace being pressured by someone that knows them this well.
And knows them very well as well. We've seen Trace here at this event before. We've seen them play their bind, and they rely heavily on their defense sided. They've got the double sentinel, so they rely on those setups that they run. But if you don't run into the traps, then they don't really know what to do and how to rebound after that. And EDG just taking all that space, knowing exactly where Trace was going to play from, and abused it, really. Slow opening, grabbing that orb, and EDG just taking their time, letting the round just develop, let it simmer a little bit.
And you're right, somewhat of a default if you're looking across this. Yeah, a little bit more intention potentially there towards clearing shower, but they're not in any real hurry. The furthest commitment of utility coming from Simon there, favoring out towards Hookah, but that's it.
It's going to be important for EDG to be able to convert these rounds very cleanly. We saw in the last series they played against PRX, things got very messy, very sloppy.
Here comes the burst. Clear, so far, beautiful. EDG crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Smoggy catching Kai as well, perfectly aware of what's happening. They have a vice-like grip on this game so far. There's no slipping through the cracks. And for Trace, you're looking to see if they can maybe achieve some damage. You've got what? I mean, really, they could afford to only really lose Simon if you're EDG. Otherwise, you don't want to be dropping the Phantom potentially or the Bulldogs coming out to play. But look at the progress as well towards Nobody. That ult is very nearby. That's on the horizon, potentially even in the next round it could be. So as it stands, Trace gonna have to sit this one out, maybe try and give it up to the Spike if they can, or face the music and try and feed in. But they're gonna try and play Nobody forward, switching out. So he's got the Ghost here, see if he can get that ult going. If he falls, it's fine. Another step towards the ult. If he gets the kill, even better. Beautiful. Oh, they are on it today. That's clean stuff. That's the ult ready to go.
I want to see Trace do something a little bit different than what they typically do. So normally in a lot of their gun rounds, they'll set up with 2 towards B. Usually there's inside of Hookah and 3 towards A. But if they do the same thing in EDG, they've probably prepared for this match. They know exactly what's going on. If they're able to get up long B for free and crunch that Hookah area with that Thrash, that's going to be very dangerous for Trace. It's going to be very explosive. It's going to be very fast-paced. It's their bonus round, so using that Thrash is going to be huge.
And I like this adjustment, though, kind of putting the Deadlock utility in complement towards A with the deeper Cypher setup as well. So that's going to be in practice, but again, it does eliminate some of the stopping power on B, but they've got the bodies here.
A change-up as well. The defense is towards long B.
Oh, what an opener, though. Perfect work. The double stack on long, it still holds some value. You're going to have that ult going through. You can hear it going off. It's going to check towards long. They now know at least 1, potentially 2, and they can only keep them so safe. Bianca, though, great shots. 2 back-to-back. But sadly for Hebe, he couldn't get his hands out of that in time. So a 3v2 here. And this was the bonus. Yes, well invested around. There's plenty of Bulldogs. They've still got this Vandal here. An upgrade for Nobody, if I'm not mistaken. And well, it's a long road back in here. These post plants are very difficult, and they've got Stall. They've got Mosh still. They've got the Viper utility. EDG have so many options to buy precious time. Kai would love a kill here. Not going to get it. Smoggy. I mean, he's just been outstanding throughout their series. I have to take a moment to give credit to him. Again, a lot of us, if you are newer to watching EDG in the last couple of international debuts, eyes went towards Kangkang, and that's fair enough. I think he became such a highlight, you know what I mean? The beast from the east. Fair play. But in this tournament especially, Smoggy, I mean, he's like the debt collector out here. There's no getting past him. He'll get his man. He'll close you out rounds. He's been on the money. First big pick up there from EDG, especially converting that bonus.
And a little bit of a different plan from Trace. I was highlighting how they like to play in hookah a lot, but this time they chose to play 3B. They played to stop that long B from EDG, but EDG basically went 4 players up through hookah there and found that gap. So it's a lot of mind games coming into play here about how are you going to adjust based on how we normally play. We've seen each other twice this year, 6 times over the last couple of years. And again, Trace opening up with 4 players towards B, trying to just change things up ever so slightly, collect this orb for free. And EDG, again, setting the tone, setting the tempo. Not trying to walk into any traps here.
Again, it's such a mental barrier to get past too, especially for your Trace after the amount of history between each other.
You see that smoke on that TP? They were expecting some sort of trap play to come out from this eco round, utilizing that teleporter, but the Brim smoke just preemptively placed as they took Shower's control.
It's lovely to witness. Now leaning back in towards A short. There is still the setup here.
A lot of trips.
That could be rewarded on this. You're looking at maybe, I don't know, maybe one of the players be able to swing. There's not really many people in the positions, and they've already navigated past. Kangkang's not falling for this. He already knows what's up. There's the impact, though. Kai does get rewarded for that little bit of a setup. There are still 3 players here. The Danger Man, Kangkang on the other side. He has got that Vandal. A tap on the spike, but no commitment this time. Second time of asking. Should be going down. I don't think there's a denial. There's not. Time is on EDG's side. That's lovely. Good information on Smoggy. As said, the debt collector himself, the closer of a lot of these rounds, but Kangkang the one to lean forward, takes the space away. Kai removing nobody, but there's still numbers, and I told you about Smoggy! You can't forget about this guy. Try to take a fair fight, you got it. But the molly goes down and denies the way back towards that spike. Flash goes in, they're trying to bring this back with stingers. So difficult to get close, and Kangkang's having none of it. Another found, beautifully navigated, so aware.
And as we go into the second gun round, we already see the showstopper on the side of the attackers here. So definitely we're going to see something being changed up. Trace instantly calling a timeout here because, hey, nothing's been going our way. They've been reading us perfectly like a book. And almost walking into that trap there for our EDG, getting caught by that tripwire. And we're going to see these double trips on the Cypher. We're going to see the deadlock setups as well coming into play. And even moving into the attack side, they have these cool map control things with the deadlocks. Net, but Kangkang, he's got this showstopper. So I'm gonna expect to see him using this to get into the faces of Trace. But again, in the mouth, they don't know how to handle the situation from there. Their mechanics individually are really good, but it comes down to their fundamentals and their decision making on an individual level, and EDG edges them out in those types of situations. Right here, kind of like pistol round opening, 3 towards long B, looking to close the gap there, but they do have the showstopper. I'll highlight one more time here.
And that puts Hebei in a real predicament. Yet to get started in this 0-4. Could do with this. This would be a big confidence boost. And it's gone. A trade, yes. That is the showstopper removed. But they have a 2-for-1 trade. And they have a good step towards this B side. This goes on. BNK. Oh, there's no escaping. You got to face the music. Face your fate. And EDG. Again, so much discipline and approach. Constantly with the right idea. And Kai, I mean, it's a formality here. It's a 1v4, very difficult. Good step on the first. 3 more, though. A lot to ask. Already being checked on by Choo here. Just around the corner. Clean. Again, Josh, I'm not seeing ways in here for Trace. They are getting held at the door.
At some point, Trace is going to have to drop their game plan and get sloppy, get down dirty in the mud with EDG and roll with the punches. Because if you look at how EDG is approaching this game right now, they know, okay, I'm against double Sentinel. We got a Cypher and we've got a Deadlock. If we go fast, we run into the traps. So we're going to go slow. We're going to contact our way up and move ever so slightly, not to kind of run into those traps and engage those. and then they're catching them. They're winning those duels as well. Trace could easily set up more different traps, but that's not part of their game plan. So they're going to have to make these adjustments on the fly, and another eco here with a 4-man B start. They're putting a lot of pressure on this B defense as well.
And the mental fortitude to constantly have to pick yourself back up after these harrowing rounds, really. Trace are going to be feeling the pinch here after what has been a brilliant international look at them. Struggling against the #1 of their region for a very good reason. Smoggy just catching Kai. And that's a plant. That's already...
Close to Thrash again, too.
Yeah, they've got a lot of ults building back through. And nobody, as you said, that feels like it was only a round ago. But Chi-Chu's the one to be shouldering the deepest angle so far. Mosh going to go in. Buys a little bit of time. Counters any utility. They want to try maybe close down towards elbow on. Turn on the flash and they run on in. Light work for nobody, making it look too easy up against the pistols to light by. And they look unfazed by this. There is a reason EDG were the team to break through from China, the ones that terrified so many of the Western teams. And you're seeing it clear as day here, Josh.
It appears as though EDG are doing this whole thing where it's you're on eco, we go A, you're on gun round, we go B. But I'm waiting for that switch up to come. We're now 6 rounds in, going into round 7 of this half, and EDG's been perfect on all of these plays and all of these reads on their attack side here. So when is Trace going to start trying to get ahead of what EDG's doing? And when's EDG actually going to switch it up and say, actually, we're not going to do this again? Because right now, full control. And that was what I was looking for. What is the tempo going to be? Is it going to be the sloppiness that we saw against PRX, or is it going to be how they were able to just fully dissect the map in their previous matches?
Trace have so many ults to play with, so many, and it's only 1 away as well for the Brim. Look, he can get that this round if he has the chance to. So again, this could be a huge...
That op-up as well on defense, waiting for that contact up long B, but the Thrash might take it out or spot it early on.
I would like the double stack Tortuga. Eventually they might have to fall back. They're trying to stand their ground. Feng Feng a little bit more time towards Long. How long does he wait here? Oh, yeah. There's the smokes. Counter 3, pull the trigger, hope for the best, but already you're seeing the fish ult come through, the Seekers going in. It's just mayhem on the site, but somehow everyone stands until then. Hebe finally tilts the scales, but it goes back instantly. Bianca still trying to hold towards Hookah. And just one by one they face, and one by one they fall. Chi-Chu, so sharp. And still, even in all of that pandemonium, there's 4 alive. They've got a plant. Even in all that chaos, the composure is just so good from EDG.
If this would be your first time to watch Trace, you'd be thinking, how did they make it to this part? But they actually have really good ideas with their setups.
Yes.
EDG just knows them way too well right now and is finding all the perfect gaps and making them sweat, making them abandon what they have, what's strong, and then it just denies them. The walk up there, normally we've seen EDG walked all the way into B, take those fights into long B, but here they drop the smokes and deny that op. The first time we're seeing an op, you know, I'm thinking they're like, oh, that's a perfect adjustment.
Yep.
Like, you're gonna catch them off guard. This is your first round on the board.
Great, yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Man, it's again though, this is where I have to give credit to EDG. There's only so many ways I can keep, you know, saying how well they're playing, but it's 7-0. And again, they are so heads up. They are reading the economy well, they're reading Trace well, and it's a double timeout in 1 half. They are feeling the pressure here. And I think this does play a little bit towards potentially the teams like, who was it, Vitality and Lev, just not really taking Trace as seriously as they should have done. I mean, it was a wake-up call midway through those series going, wait, these guys can hit back. Now, EDG have never been surprised by that. They faced them numerous times, but it's like they were against, you're looking at against the likes of, what, Lev and Vitality. You've some of the big, heavy hitters in those rosters. Safe, Aspas, you've got some nuts players, and they were absolutely doing them in. Now, barely off the starting blocks, excuse me. This is a worrying time in this buy. I mean, it's going to be missing parts.
Wait. Does that perfectly spread and take out the trips? It takes out one of them. It doesn't get the second one, but I respect the idea, the concept behind that paint shells. And here comes the contact up. Yeah, here comes the contact up short as well.
I want to see if there's going to be a prowler maybe towards
wait a moment.
Hookah. There is. Just to keep that extra body towards that B site, and now they're going to start leaning forward. That's the contact made on 1. Quite about the others yet. Re-smoke over towards A. They're still above a minute, so they can test the waters here. maybe feel out for if there's a stack or if anything's going on.
This is going to be very dangerous for EDG. If they actually go and commit to B here, there's 2 deadlock traps happening right now. One for the hookah jump out and one for long B by that teleport. If EDG spots someone and speeds up, they'll get caught in that trap. Sky Flash to follow as well.
Here comes the burst though. Kung leading the charge. 2 players flashed up, stunned up, forced away. The trap was working until then. Nobody still laying down the pressure. Good pickup. A nice trade. Finally getting a little bit scrappy here. Doing some damage back in. But look at the space towards Shower as well. Don't forget about Chichu. But the timing here, they've kind of exchanged this. Kai now going to tuck into the corner. Wait for them both to pass. Oh, they gave it a look. Simon glanced that way for a second. And with 14 seconds, they've got to make a play here. Smoggy's got to lean through this. 10, he's running low on the time. He's trying to wait for Chichu to help out. And now the red carpet is rolled out. They can get the plant down. I mean, wait.
No time.
No, they can't. They can't get the plant down. Just a little too late. And the clock will be their biggest enemy this round. Wait. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That took some time. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure.
I love it, though. EDG kind of walked themselves into that trap, though. They had that space towards A. They used the paint shells and the Dizzy to kind of figure out what the situation was. But I love how Kai maneuvered his way up short there. And this is something that we should also pay attention to. When we flip sides and he goes on to attack, he's going to be the one that, if his teammates are going into B, he's trying to find that opening at A and call that audible. And vice versa. If he's going towards B, his teammates are going towards A, he's calling them back.
Aggression? Oh.
But this
I like the attempt.
Trace needs to do this. They need to throw a wrench in the plan of EDG. If EDG can walk all the way up and get those contact duels, that's when they do their best. Stop them.
But it's a lean towards the other side of the map here. Bianche trying to get more information. Gonna know nobody, but and then the Prowler on top. So they're gonna have a good idea that something is coming this way. There's a couple more bodies behind this. Nobody still with a fair fight, but it's a beautiful pickup for Trace. Maybe this is the time it turns. Maybe 1 round is all they needed, and Heibei gonna make sure of that. This could be a big follow-up here as well. Wants to swing it, he's got him caught. Trying to play patient, and there's the delivery. Heibei beautifully done, gonna keep him trapped in this. Send him away. The spike is in hand of Smoggy, and once again, Chichu has taken space. But look at Kai's positioning. He can cut off the rotation. And has Smoggy learned his lesson from before? He will now. Kai, beautifully done. This is different. They found a solution.
Very different. I worry that it's too little too late. Yes, they pick up a second round. There's a few rounds left of this half, so there's a way to make this a 5-7 half. And, you know, if EDG calls a timeout here, tries to make this like, hey, if they're reading us right now, we got to switch it up. We need to change the game plan, and we do have different elements of our game plan. We've seen it in different matches from EDG, how they can change the tempo, go fast, go slow, get sloppy, and do all these individual fights. But right now, it would be fall off of a Shower's Orb, Orbital Strike, all these really good ultimates. But right now, all these deadlock traps are towards B, and it looks like EDG actually wants to go towards A here. Trace may be reading this really well, starting to play their third-person B, but they give a deadlock trap over to A here to assist.
And I love that we have the operator here. There it is.
That's
noted.
info as well.
That's 1 minute 30. They've noted where the operator is. Do they carry on? Do they respect it enough? Do they feel like they've got the angles to play with? They've committed the smokes. You got to feel they're going off this one. And thus far, they've got what they needed. Good info. Yes, they now know one's cracked up towards Lamps.
They have to be careful of Lamps because the Orbital Strike on the defense side for the retake.
Actually pausing to use it. Second time of asking on the plant here. There it is. Smoke's going to fade. They still have Showers control. Maybe a late presence from Smoggy, potentially. And that's going to become dead. There's no way out. Beautiful combo work. We saw it with the C's earlier on. Nice bit of vengeance served at the right time. Nobody does well for the defuse. They're sticking the defuse. Finally pulled off it. The Dizzy was outrageous. It found all 3, but still this is getting chaotic. Smoggy finally leads forward. He's their insurance policy. It never goes far away if he's still alive. 8 rounds now for EDG, tilting the scales back into their favor.
This is how well these teams know each other. Good reactions from both teams there. Adding that deadlock trap to that A defense here, getting on top of the truck with that operator, but that Dizzy, getting that flash off, forcing that off shot out, knowing exactly what the setup was. EDG is able to play this round perfectly. The fights, the team fights together. We're missing that team teamwork from EDG on previous games where everything got really into these sloppy situations. Even when they're in the same spot, they weren't fighting together. But here, looking like they are on point, they're communicating really well.
I got you.
Thrash is available.
Yeah. And it's being used straight away, so they've got to evacuate a little bit of this. How far do they commit? Nobody's sending it the whole way.
Wait,
He's got a
three!
And look who's coming! Kang the Collector is in the building! Oh, that's just heartbreak for Trace. Maybe feeling they were just going to clear close sight, maybe clear through lamps, but no, all the way to CT. Found 3 of them and giving them a 2-man advantage already. Nobody looking to secure the round. Kang still wanting more.
And a flawless round.
My ult's ready. Last round before the
3
shift.
ultimates on the board for the attackers here. Showstopper with a Nightfall, really good, aggressive combo ultimates. The one thing that they have to consider still, though, is that Trace's traps are really good to stop the really pacey attacks here. Here it works. They use the Thrash to get in the faces, Orbital Strike to zone out the back of the site here. Can they do it again on this type of round? I'm not sure. They'll probably revert to that slower pace, but here, just going in the faces, collecting a 4K and making a flawless.
It's night and day, though, isn't it, really? You're looking at EDG, strength upon strength. Trace starting to feel the pressure of what it's like to face EDG in these events. Even stronger, even harder to handle. Kang just clearing the space up towards Octagon. Hebe wanted to fight back for it, though. Big info off the reveal there. Hebe may be dead, and so's his support. Bianche's gone down. Nobody desperate for that kill.
What
and Hebe, how are you alive? He's still thriving in the corner. I do not know how. He carved a little bit of safety. And he does get revealed by this, but still, he's still here. And it's somehow, he's still holding this together. They've got to clear him eventually. Kai is on the way, but it feels like it's going to take a lifetime, and they've TP'd.
Kai could get a really good timing flank on Showers here. He's worried that someone's gone to short A from Showers after the teleport. The hat for Kai, if he gets one, he can find them all. It's on this first duel at Showers here on Smoggy.
Kai, get your gun out. Please get your gun out, Kai. Oh, and a moment away from the spotlight. Smoggy actually doesn't deliver. It's Kang now alive in a 1v1, and Hebe, somehow, the boy who survived on 1 HP! He had a chance! It was slim, and then none. And my God, we get a real series here. EDG showing off, showing us exactly why they are #1 from this region, looking strong as a collective. Game plan in place, individuals firing on all cylinders. You don't want to miss the end to this map.
And then from there, just be able to execute their plans. Kai, backup option, lurking around the map towards A. And that's going to be what we're looking for basically the first 6 rounds here from Trace. Is EDG going to let that happen, though? Or are they going to get ahead of it?
Similar start near on. 3 towards B long. And a high-low setup waiting on the site. And already an early lean coming over from nobody. Spotting a pixel, the flash good enough to force them away.
That spike position makes me question where the end goal is here for Trace.
But it's not particularly humbled EDG. They're still looking like they want to take space back. You got to make them respect you. At this point, Chichu won't. He's going to hold that space and try and get a follow-up shot. He's in trouble here. Doesn't get bailed out by the Dizzy, so nobody now on an island. Isolated, looking for a fight, and he finds one. Goes down, and now the site is under Trace control.
Spike planted.
2 versus 4 edge. EDG is trying to edge their way through, but not going to find an opening here. It's going to be very difficult with the crossfire on the back of the site here from Trace.
Kang can get their attention and maybe hope that there's a gap for Smoggy to work through. Wait, he's just diving in! A wild attempt, but it wasn't going to land. It's good for Trace, though. This gives them a stepping stone forward.
A stepping stone. It's the first of many tall tasks right now. They've got a this is going to be a hard uphill battle the entire way through. If they want to be able to get back into this game, they need to take it round by round. They gotta let EDG make these mistakes as well. But we're gonna keep seeing the same opening from Trace because it's tried and tested. It's what works for them. Taking that long B space, going into hookah afterwards, it is just very strong. When you have this composition, you have to play into the plans that you've created.
The firing squad handled in the blink of an eye. Trace put down Simon, Nobody, and Chichu, and then just gonna run it up long. Got everything they needed. Gonna clear through, still with the dog. Gonna be diligent in case it's a stack. You never know. Kind of makes you think it might be if they've gone so almost over-aggressive, but so far, smooth sailing. Site's theirs, plant next. No problems. Maybe some problems.
Spike
Good.
planted.
Smoke and spawn. Gonna make this difficult. 2-1-5. Trying to make this not be a flawless round. That's basically the goal here.
And this is where you're seeing the oppressive nature of that deadlock coming in as well. Elbows off the cards. They can't lean that way. They're kind of just stuck here till the end of the round, which, as it stands, they're probably fine to beat. I'd rather give it up to the Spike. Smoggy just trying to toy with them and not going to fall for it. Already, this is good. 5 standing. These are critical key ways forward for Trace. This is a real chance. This is a real chance for them. I'm scared, though, coming into this first big buy round, though, because I feel like they have to be at least competitive in this bonus.
Bonus round for Trace. EDG, yeah, they need to be a little bit competitive here because 10-4, that lead is kind of dwindling away right now. But Trace might change things up for EDG. They haven't tested this A site. They haven't seen the defense. They have no idea what's going on. They're going in almost blind here. And EDG could have the perfect defense waiting for them. Dog, up short. Here comes the net.
Yeah, they're going confident. Fun going to be leading the way, but his Kang can already find Heibei. They're not going to stop. They're going to see a battle. They know that Smoggy is here, and the pre-fire is perfect. Trace going to be taking this by force. The spike's still recovered. There's still a chance here, but Nobody doesn't want that. He doesn't want to give him a chance in hell. 2 bodies dropped, maybe a third. No. Kai stands his ground, and we're in a 2v2. There's a minute still here. This is still early in the round. If you're Trace, you can pause. You can back away. You can calm the tempo down. Try and make EDG question where they're heading.
This is where I worry about Trace. They're not really in these situations all that much. They don't have the most well understood concepts when it comes to these mid rounds, these clutch situations, not as well as EDG, not as well as other teams in the tournament right now. So as this round develops, Trace waiting for any re-aggression from EDG. And remember, this was a 3 versus 2 for EDG, pressing the issue a little bit too much. Nobody gave it up.
30
Put into a 2 versus 2 here. Playing for sound, that's what EDG is doing, waiting for Trace to get into the site, get that spike planted, show their hand, and then group up and go together in that 2 versus 2. Chichu hoping to find someone as they're leaving the site after they planted.
Okay. Oh,
that's the opening.
Yes, there's the freebie. Does he show discipline? He does. He's not going to overextend here, just watching so you can see them walk. Dips down towards the site itself and needs to wait for Simon to come over, who still has utility, still has the C's and the Haunt there.
Those are footsteps. Fang Fang knows exactly where both these players are now. It's on him to isolate the fights, though.
Can he do it? Simon getting closer.
One off paint shells.
This is huge. C's goes in, might need to play forward. Chichu doesn't play those games. And EDG get past the bonus round up against them. 2 still standing. EDG will be happy enough. Again, they've got 11 rounds, Josh. They can get closer in these. They don't have the pressure on them right now.
They're really happy about that opening as well. On top of those triple boxes, finding that first pick-off, EDG, it's on Trace to be able to play a perfect game at the moment. Right now, going and doing a fast play towards A, that's very far away from the game plan that we've seen against Lev, against other teams as well, where they are able to just control that long B area early. Even if they wanted to start with a little bit of a fake prod towards B, then come back to A, that works better. But EDG picking up that first kill before Trace got anything going.
I guess the silver lining is it was a costly gun round. So they are going to be suffering money-wise, right? We're going to see a judge come out, 2 sheriffs. It's just that you have 11 rounds. That's where the scary thing is. And as you highlighted, Trace still a little less experienced than EDG in these pressure games. Alt step closer for Heibei. They back away here. So early look towards A, but no commitment.
And this Prowler on the defense sees nothing down long B. So this timing is going to be very big. If the contact comes up, a Fang popping that boombot's going to give away the information. A flash to follow from Sky. It's 2 towards B now.
But I'm worried with Kang here. I don't know why, but this guy just scares the life out of me sometimes. So dangerous, even with just that Sheriff. Getting proactive could kind of
catch
be
outside
what, yeah,
showers.
okay, this is all starting to crumble a little bit here. Do they expect the double stack? They absolutely don't, and that's why I'm scared of this man. Heibei gonna suffer for it. Quick paint shell, but already Fang trying to take the space back, and he's got him. But they know that one's missing. Kang was here. They saw him in the kill feed. They know he's still around. Haunted by him. The judge still be ratting off shells, trying to find something. Kang waiting for a pixel. Smoked off for now. And a bit of an exchange of space, trying to clear through towards CT. They've done it. Smoggy's fallen. This is where it gets difficult. It's a 2v3. Looking for a pixel, looking for a player.
Orbital strike primed and ready.
First player spotted, time to move forward, not gonna happen. Very well done by Trace in the end, keeping composure in that very volatile moment at the end then, but keeping that cool. Worked out for them and they got themselves another step here.
That round could have easily gone out of their control, losing those first 2 players. This push here through the Viper wall, and then the second follow-up, EDG, having that 5-on-3, but the quick equalization, Showstopper invested, and I mean, realistically though, that was a full gun round from the side of Trace, whereas EDG, they lightly invested. They have some Sheriffs in those rounds, and it looks like their economy is still not really in shape, but they have that round lead, so they're gonna play that. They're gonna make sure that their buy is as good as anything, and just try to close out slowly those last 2 rounds that they need.
And these are confidence builders, though, for Trace. These are the rounds that you want to get clean enough. Keep them going. Feel out the game, warm into the game. I mean, half of the players were barely above 4 or 5 kills after that first half. It was a real grueling affair. So if they can just start feeling out the game, and this setup's lovely. This could really catch Simon here. See if they go for it.
The EDG players want to use the teleporter on this round, though, and get that fast flank.
Nah, this is comfortable for now, isn't it? Getting what they need. Forcing Simon to respect this. They now know his new position. He's fallen away. There's the TP. Kai ready and waiting. Nobody gone. Smoggy spotted. And the long creeping death on the way. Didn't need it. Kai warming up now. Starting to look deadly. And Simon again still being kept in check. Kang kept behind the cage. And there's no escaping. 5 stand. Confidence builders right here, right now.
This is going to be a very important round coming up. This is so important for Trace to continue their streak right now. They're playing pretty good. Not exactly perfect, but close enough right now to be able to crawl back round by round. It's on EDG to kind of switch something up here. Yeah, they gave up a couple of rounds where they had basically a low buy, low investment, but still, the only round that they picked up this half so far was that 2 versus 2 in the retake situation, which came down to 2 versus 1. Now though, ops out. Rash available for the defense. And how is Trace going to get around that? Switching it up, not starting towards B this time, starting towards A, taking that showers control first.
This is quick, this is early. They've met nobody thus far, and he's already slipped deeper towards site, kind of playing back by Tribox, leaving that line for Kang over towards short.
Now the way that they're spread apart here makes me think that it's going to be back to B for Trace. Get that orb if it is still by long B right now. Controlling that space is Fang. The orb is still in play. That annihilation could come out and be a game changer for Trace getting into this round here.
I'm looking to see if EDG are re-clearing short, though. I'm looking at them kind of stacking up a little bit here, getting quite close. I don't think they are. Okay, backing away.
They have that pivot. They have that op up. They're looking down the sight line here, and Trace trying to do a little bit of a fake jab towards B, but the real commit is going to be towards A, right into the sight of the op here.
Still looking at nobody being this close by, and you're right, Kang on top as well. They're not falling for it. EDG are really sticking to their guns on this. Already sending Wingman into the showers. This is what it comes down to, is does it land? And this man doesn't often miss, but this time he does. A new lease at life for Trace for the second time of asking. And the wall is just in effect, EDG. There's no access to this site. Kai has no opportunities either. No one's playing towards him, just constantly smoked off. Smoggy holding the line. Looking, just trying to backpedal away. They've got 10 seconds. Try and keep those weapons because you're not getting the round.
The clock ticks out, times out Trace here. 12 rounds is going to be picked up for EDG, and right now, did you see how they didn't even budge that round? They didn't move. They lost Shower's control, but full control over long B. That's Simon holding it, spotting Hookah as well. They knew that right now, this is all fake pressure. Hold their setup, it's a ruse. We're gonna be able to just connect this and be fine. This pick off out of the sky. Pops that showstopper right after as well if more players got by, but nobody's shutting down that second and third player as well. EDG on the cusp of closing out this first map, and this is Trace's map hit. They have no more timeouts. They burned both in that first half before round 10, I believe.
Yeah, nobody's got the fish eye. We've got 2 away from the orbital strike, 1 off from the Viper's pit. On the other side, a couple of ults very nearby. You're going to have, I mean, Seekers for Bianca. Heibay's got his, but we asked for a flawless game. It's a tall task. It's a lot to ask for, but it's pacey. Oh, and Smoggy just denying off the rip. Simon's been caught, though. Pulled on over. Does he get saved in time? I don't think so. He's dead to rights. Molly to deny the plant and keep control here. Heibay's got his man. That's Simon gone. But there's not much security here for Trace. They are surrounded on basically all fronts. How are they going to get a plant from this?
The op's still up. Smoke's about to dissipate as well. And the refresh. But they're out of the smokes on the attack side. Both sides basically out of smokes, just down to the Viper wall.
And it looks like Looking, trying to find them some options elsewhere, but...
Just a soft reset, yeah.
Yeah, but he might meet his maker on the other side in the form of Chichu. I don't know what you're meant to do here. Chichu's position is just, he's just a safety net. He is their backup plan in case it goes wrong. And now hearing the TP, he might be in the right place, the right time, but outdone. And now suddenly there's a new chance, a new lease at life. Kai can activate the lurk here as well. He's gonna hear the steps. This is perfect. They just gotta stick the landing. Oh,
no way.
Nobody against the odds in that fight.
He's got Thrash on that retake too.
Oh, spot on. Seekers can come down. Notes at least 2 towards CT. They now know it's hard to break back in. If you think how suffocating, how oppressive that deadlock can be, a triple swing, and they're fighting this out, but they can fall away. Oh,
wait,
was it down to a 1v1? What just happened?
He's got Wingman for the defuse as well.
Oh my god, it's down to the wire. Bianca, does he get spotted? No, it's perfect positioning! Bianca keeping hope alive! God, that was dangerous though.
As soon as that fight happened at Long B, Chichu going down, you would think Trace closing this one out, easy peasy, no problem at all. Kai not getting the jump on the player at short A. Well, he got the jump, he missed the shot, he missed the opportunity there, and then coming down to 3 versus 3, this was so close. And Trace, they want to be able to come all the way back, get it all the way into overtime here. They need to be a little bit tighter than this. They can't let these rounds get this close.
God. If that Dizzy had caught, that could have been, I mean, so many small factors, but we're back in the game already. This is a pacey one too. Don't want to miss this for a second. Trying to find Chichu, but Chichu's got help. He's got friends here. You don't get a 1v1 against him. You got Kang now leaning forward, wants to be the aggressor, and he meets Bianca.
Oh, no.
The judge though, the jury waiting, and Smoggy becoming the executioner to what could have been the turnaround for Trace here. Bianca saved him before, but I don't think he can save him again. 6 bullets and a dream, and the dream just died. 13-7, EDG fully in. What do they need? And sadly after map 1, I'm worried for them now, because that's got to be a blow to the confidence. That's got to bring them back down to earth going, well, we had a great start here in internationals, but maybe we've just met our maker.
Fang going into B, actually catching the timing almost. Chichu putting him down though. Was trying to, see what was going to happen there at the start of the round. As I was about to say, Trace need to hit back hard. They need to, what does that mean? Mechanically, they are not hitting the shots. They're not getting the trades that they need to get, and already not off to a good start right now. They have those set game pieces, and they're not getting any space with it at all. So they're going to have to start rolling in the dirt a little bit more, trying to get into these mid-round situations where they don't really excel, but catching teams off guard. They caught Lev off guard the same way. So if they can make that happen against EDG as well, force these mistakes, an ill-timed push perhaps.
The paranoia. Do they overextend for this? Oh, the stun's good though. The stun. Oh!
Mistakes?
Cosmetic, I mean, question mark. But still, there's confidence with EDG. They're still going to take a body with him. Simon going to be noted on the site. Paranoia in towards him, trying to maybe slow that down with a flash. Kai's going to take him away. That's the site. I want to say secured. Until then, nobody building back in through from elbow.
30 seconds left.
A little bit of a standoff here. Great shot from nobody. No respect given. And now a 1v2, and there's a firing squad waiting. He's like, well, I didn't get the spike, and now I've got a frenzy. Probably not what I fancied. Right.
Can line them up, though.
There we go. That one's better. We'll give this a go.
10 seconds left.
But Chichu and nobody, they ain't moving, and they're not giving an inch. Smoke finally back on, but time is gone.
No confidence there. He had more than 15 seconds. Doesn't want to swing with the frenzy. Gets the ghost. Doesn't even want to commit to a fight there. Trying to get that pre-fire, hoping to hit a headshot there. But you need to have way more confidence going into this game. If you want to be able to have a chance here, you can't be trying to kind of like, I'm going to take this peek.
And I like what we were seeing at the start.
The start was great.
Punished.
The start was great, okay? You get punished, unlucky, but
30
you have that
seconds
killer
left.
instinct. You're taking that timing, you're going for it. If you're able to do that and also convert the kills, you have a chance into the game. But if you do what we saw at the end there, you don't. Also, if EDG tries to press the issue like that again, try to overextend a little bit, that is the mistake that, you know, if they continue to do that, Trace has a chance.
But I feel like EDG are just kind of making it hurt a bit more, trying to be almost overconfident, take some of these fights. Big info found there. Nobody's in danger. He's going to be shut down on. How is he still alive? Kangkang's still going to bail out at least a little of this. Nobody does fall, but EDG still with favorable numbers after what felt like actually a big opportunity. Chichu just taking a fight on CT. It's scrappy. This is messy Valorant we're seeing. But
shaken right now.
I really want to see them kind of overcome the fear of facing EDG. It feels like a different team. You look at Trace before against arguably incredibly strong opponents. Again, I don't think anyone's going to discredit Vitality or Lev for the danger they pose. Individually, pound for pound, they're a scary side. But Trace look just totally different here. I want to see them build up that confidence, back themselves in these fights, lose that fear of a name, and start getting some confidence beside them. This isn't a bad round, bear in mind. If they get one more, this could be really good for them.
Even damaging the shields would be a little bit of a win.
That'd be lovely. We take
30
those.
seconds left.
Couple of smokes to play with.
But going too
already see
slow,
Smoggy's
yeah, I mean,
position here. He's sat so deep. He's not letting that classic really have much of an opportunity.
Cover going out.
15 seconds. Right, 3 survive.
if I'm Trace, if I can somehow get telepathically connected to them.
Okay.
This is what
Josh,
you do.
the coach, he's coming in.
If you're ever against a team and whatever your game plan is doesn't work, if you know what their game plan is, take a page out of their book, use it against them. So EDG on their attack side would probably wait a little bit, try to see what's going on at A by doing a little bit of pressure. If they get the kill, they take A. If they don't, they convert back in through middle and try to end with a market split. If Trey starts to do these B splits through market, if A's not looking like it's viable, that might be their opening here. But starting up, breach done ready in case there's any sort of aggression. It's a bonus round for EDG. They're already map up. Defense on their side choice, on their map choice.
Here comes the aggression. Kung Kung, oh! Sent back this time. Big first pick there.
Cosmetic stun. Second time sliding at the enemy and getting taken out by stunned individuals.
But I like that though. If Trace can keep that up, deal with this aggression, quell it, put it back in line, then they can play a more standardized game. Until that point, they're not going to be allowed that freedom. But already, nobody's filling that space. He only has the go, so why not? Take a risk and take all of this. It frees up Simon for, you know, getting real, I guess, stuck in towards A. You can see the rotation from Smoggy. One way's back up. This gets very difficult. They've got a good read here.
The stun can't come up any sooner right now. Hebe, he just got it off. Cooldown. It needs to be perfect. They need to get everything off properly because the stack's already in. The flank is right here behind the trip. Is the communication going to be perfect?
3-2 split, and away we go. Bianche going to be the first man forward. Chichu says goodbye, and Kai turns around. He notes there's pressure. He notes something went wrong. He reads it well. Smoggy, though, can only do so much, and they survive. They get past the first hurdle, they get around on the board, but it was a bonus.
The problem with a sight on defense is even if you have the perfect read, you're closing the gap from the behind, it doesn't matter because there's nowhere you can really play or hide from those breach util stuns, the aftershock, the smokes are going up on spawn, on the main, on the link as well. So yeah, you can stack it, but really, is it going to do anything for you? Not here, not now. Trace looking to pick up a second round going into this first gun round of the game. Starting on this attack side, EDG feeling really confident going into this game. We've seen it, Hong Kong going aggressive. But here, just a normal default opening. Both teams trying to kind of gauge the temperature of the room, see what's going on. A little bit of fake pressure from EDG, securing that A space. Smoggy with the one-ways is going to keep the space by himself. Trap slowly getting dealt with by Trace, getting into position where they can explode if they want to, but also controlling this middle. Market door was closed. Looks like a 5-man group at this point.
Chichu can reinvest that as well, though. Took it back in time. Information exchange. It's starting to build towards the B side. Everything going in. Kangkang already going to find one. There's the reinvestment of it. Going to force them to put bodies on the line to clear their way in.
No more shocks to deal with this trip as well. He's going to commit his body, but he finds Chichu.
That could be the goer.
That could be the big opening. 2 walking out middle right now.
But if this man is here, if Kangkang is still here, there's still space to be had. But I like this lean towards top middle. It brings into question Simon as well. He's going to have to keep track of that potentially, but it is an opening. It's an opportunity. And Trace going to take it with both hands here. They've got the timing right, and nobody's starting to question it. Starting to think about it, but he didn't think it'd be that close. But Kangkang can divide, and Conker looking for a follow-up. He's got it!
That's it!
That's the spike down! 15 seconds! He just needs to live. Can he be the one to secure this? I think he can. 3 in the round, he wants a bit more. He gets every single one of them!
And don't come back. Go, go, go.
Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Kangkang understands, understands the situation. He's getting flanked from the back lines, finds 2 in front of him. That's the spike.
Plays in.
Pushes into the main, takes it down, because you don't want to get split on from 2 different directions. You got to get in their faces and just alleviate that pressure. He takes them out from the front, turns around and deals them in the flank. And that's going to be really just hard for Trace to be able to swallow that situation. They actually didn't have a bad plan there.
No, it seemed good. It seemed good, but there is one man that you don't want to face in those, and it's him. Massive amounts of info of that too. These sheriffs, these stingers. Pray and they work out, but everybody's here. EDG bringing all the players over. Flash and a push potentially. The spam's enough. Simon takes away BNK. Plant is in though, so Trace at least going to get some comfort, but I say that because it's going to be taken away in a second. The paranoia goes in, and Kangkang flashed up. That's huge. Maybe a chance. Kai's still alive. Kangkang's still alive. Ah, maybe I spoke too soon. As Kai now needs to pull off a miracle. A 1v3 here. Position, timing. It is so good! Just not good enough.
He was body shotable as well from the Sheriff. That could have been a huge play, a good swing for Trace to be able to get back in mentally with their confidence as well.
Oh, that could have been everything.
So close, but close isn't good enough. They need to be able to be shooting back, all of them, on an individual level. Right now, it's not everybody that's posting up the numbers. Right now, EDG is feeling so confident. They're getting these spam kills through the smokes. They're knowing exactly where they need to position themselves for what's happening from Trace.
Stack there.
Yeah.
Before they even fully hit. As I said, it feels like Trace have left their book just open on the table, but that was so close for Kai. And that's got to be a real gut punch in the end.
Revealing area.
4-1 though. This buy means everything.
Rolling Thunder available. The darts going in early, the shocks going in early. This is pressure that we haven't really seen. Try to disarm some of the things, but it's not good enough. EDG, they still have the camera in B main. Their early drone re-clearing through middle. They spot someone. Maybe at the bottom of the mid. Drone goes down though. That's good information for EDG though. Holding the setup. Trace still have that Rolling Thunder. They need to invest it perfectly into this round. Even split, waiting for some sort of re-aggression from EDG off the back of that drone, off the back of this quiet, just lull in the round at B main. And here they go, deciding that it's going to be actually back towards B with this mid insert. They have that teleport from the Omen to get info if they need it. Confirm some info. That camera is going to catch some info. So the speed up comes from the attackers.
And again, slip back towards CT. You're going to have to give up the site. That's not a surprise. Kai has to go big here. First step taken and it's good. Smoggy going down is important. Kangkang quick to it though. Takes away the mid pressure. Lets the rest of the team now build back in. He's focused towards B main. Two potential victims. He can't find either. Hebe holds the line and they can focus back towards CT. EDG this time being held at the gate. That's much better from Trace. This is what we were asking for. Pressuring through middle. Utilizing those ults well, and they could do with a clean round. Let's see if they can keep as many players up as possible. They can. 4 still standing. This is what the doctor ordered.
This is a side of Trace we haven't been seeing either. On their bind, they did it one round that was sort of like this, where they try to do a little bit of this fake pressure towards one site and then go back, let the round simmer a little bit, and then do something else. We don't see that really boiled into their plans at all, where they have these misdirection openings, try to disarm traps, try to insert a player, and then end with their game plan. Everything so far has been just straight up 5-man this, 5-man that, maybe 4-man this, 4-man that with Kai on alert, but now he's inserted before anything else happens and disrupts that middle, that retake through middle.
It's going to humble the economy of EDG. Sheriff's Ghosts, and a classic for Simon.
Here.
So for Trace, a massive opportunity to get some consecutive rounds. So once again, the B side looking like the focus, at least to begin with. Be careful though. Sheriffs can do damage.
The defenders, Hunter's Fury is available as well. Perfect time dart could change the tides a little bit here. The attackers taking their time, not trying to run into any traps, and the firing squad out middle as well, waiting for that rotation to come in. Market door still closed. So Trace calls the audible, understands what's happening. Soba's been spotted, Cypher's been spotted.
Oh, but the reclear, really well timed. Again, EDG good at this, and they can take more risks.
Yep.
But still, taking the long rotation around, kind of implying they're aware that top mid could have a player inserted. So Kangkang will get to the A site at the right time.
Nobody uses his Hunter's Fury in the back line if he thinks he could get a collapse, but he might actually find one here. Doesn't know about the second one. Could get caught easily, make it a 4-on-4.
Surely you play forward into this, you do. Nobody goes down, but they know what's going on here. Biank trying to find his man too, doesn't get it. Chichu on the punish, time running low, and they look to pivot. Do they run back? Heibe's got to make his mind up here.
Loking can run to B and then ultimate and collect the spike from his teammate if he drops it. If he needs to do that, there he goes.
There it is. Gotta go now, 10 seconds. This is still so close. Spike collected. And there's the support. Heibe gonna catch one on the way through. Deny Simon. Now down to a 1v2, but it's Smoggy and Chichu alive. Plants in, he knows he's not B main. Oh, this is really difficult with the ult. Everything on top of this one. He's got a fair fight on Chichu, but look who's behind him.
Stick it, maybe?
I mean, he could. Smoggy definitely could.
What?
Oh, no!
All that.
To end like that.
Thrifty.
No more.
That is just there needs to be a timeout off the back of this, because that is so depressing. They did so many things. They're right.
So many things right.
Once they realized, I mean, it could have been tightened up with the timing of everything, getting back to A after doing all that space, all that pressure towards B main. They had middle for a really long time, but once they saw, hey, this is a stack, 20 seconds left.
Kind of reset the mental a little bit there, because that 1v2 was very winnable.
It was a 2v3 before that situation, but Heibe unable to convert his kills over at middle. And the off up for Kangkang.
Insult to injury, salt in the wound potentially. A million different ways to put it, but they get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. And a faster pace look towards pressuring top middle, but it will be noted.
Drone reclear, spots just the one. Maybe assume two though. The convergence though, at middle, Kangkang there with the off.
This is pretty pressure though. Chichu going to spot a barrel and takes away Kai. They're going to know about the additional player, but Kangkang is still holding control here. Looking has a lot of work to do. 4 more players and he's surrounded. Not going to happen. I'm worried they're capitulating here, Josh. I'm worried they're running out of steam.
A few rounds ago, I was pointing out how you just take a page out of the opponent's book, try to do these market splits, but right now, it's just so disjointed. You lose that first player to that operator out at B main. You're stealing mid back from them, which is good. But again, once this market hit comes, look at the spacing here. Look how everyone is one by one, going through a one-way cage. No trades in play. It is just not tight enough from Trace. The ideas might be there, but the execution is far from being even remotely acceptable.
They Feels like you can't escape Kung now. Again, right place with that operator here.
And even if he's not, he can sprint to the right place before you can go and do whatever.
Yeah, see a heavy hitter this round, at least for Trace, would be Heibei. Hero rifle. Everyone else on the Sheriffs.
It's going to be showstopper next round as well.
Maybe that could help, but clutching at straws, it feels like. Kai, it looks like death awaits around that corner, so maybe assist.
Holding for the regress. Ultimate orb still towards B. Fang can get it. Get a showstopper on this round if they feel like it's necessary to invest it, try to get this round going. But he's positioned outside A right now, so kind of getting this split pressure at the moment. Kai revealed off that knife. And because it's just the lurker, it's just the Cypher there, we're seeing that rotation. Kong with the op all the way back towards B. That drone going out B main is going to make them think even more that it's going to be a B hit. But Trace actually taking back to A. We haven't seen this side of Trace yet.
They'll double fake here, double pump back towards A. But there is a closing window of chance.
They got it, yeah.
They've got to kind of make a go of this now. The knife's almost back up in 5 seconds.
That's
and
an opening.
Kai's taken down Simon. They should go off this one. They've got the info off the back of the hat as well. They know what's there. The site is available, 13 seconds. Careful though, that plant could have been precarious, but it should be secure. Heibei, you're gonna get the job done. 5v4. And Kang. Oh, they just crossed back through to it. That felt a little bit blasé. You can't be taking those sort of crosses here. Once that smoke dissipates, it's game back on, but Heibei told you he was the hero with the rifle, but Kang is just clearing everyone. 3 in the round. And just 1 remains. The beast from the east strikes again. You can't get past him.
Trace finding just the smallest of margins to be able to get into the round. And right when they think that they're about to convert it, Kong is here to remind them of reality. But these fights could be so much better for Trace. Again, it's not about the ideas right now in some of these rounds, it's the execution.
Yeah.
Had they all peeked together off the back of the stuns and the flashes from the breach, they moved together, fine. But right now, everything's 1 by 1, and that's the perfect opportunity for Kong to be able to capitalize with his operator. Get one, get that next round in the chamber. Continuously take them out, and 7-2 is the lead for EDG. Fang with that showstopper. We've been talking about it. Heibei went off of his Rolling Thunder as well. But again, EDG not feeling the pressure. Camera still up in B main. Nobody not fearing anything. He's re-clearing B main. Op posted up on A as well. And the walk right back into it.
How'd you clear this angle? You got to put util to it, or you're going to probably put your life on it. That's how you opt to go for it. Just the owl drone. He's not really falling that far. And knowing him, he'll probably walk back if he fancies it.
They're also worried about Simon's ultimate as well to cancel out that showstopper.
Look at this. They've got space on both sides here. Nobody's got to be careful. Could get closed down on. And it's Kang to fall, so do they turn around? No, they're going to carry on in this direction. 3 players on this side of the map, though. Nobody could have been caught in no man's land, but no, the one-way goes up for Chichu. Denies the springboard forward, going to get the info off the hat. And BNK better be on red alert. Nobody's feeling hungry for this.
Oh, the timing!
Oh, and he's ready to
Wait, no shot.
He's got everything he wants. It was on a platter, it felt like. And they've just so confident, Josh. They keep going for this. Oh, and they're in trouble. They're getting held at the door. 20 seconds now. They're faltering. They're falling. And Simon waiting for more.
No.
It's Chichu. EDG running through Trace like it's nothing.
We might be seeing that second timeout being burned in the first half again.
Yes. Trace,
they need something going. Right now they have some ultimates, but again, it's these mid-round situations. You have Kong from the front lines getting in their faces, and nobody just slipping in the back, understanding, hearing all the rotations and understanding how the rotation is going to go. Trace not doing a good enough job of taking space, leaving players to punish their aggression, and then actually going somewhere else. They've tried it before, but they've tried it at the opposite site that they need to do it in.
No timeout used here, so back in with the Stingers. They've got the Rolling Thunder with Heibei.
You got the Cypher trips over on A, and you've got all of B main on the side of the defense, and Kong's already setting up the 4th player with that operator all the way towards A.
They're in the right place. They're at the right time. And Trace, I mean, this isn't good enough yet. Heibei will catch Chichu, but it feels just like a consolation kill. Kong is here. Nobody had controlled the entirety of the rest of the map. Yeah, he's taken damage, but he held that B site just fine. Kai would have to go nuclear to give him a third now.
I don't even know if he's going to be a stick of like dynamite, let alone nuclear at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, what are you meant to do at these points? They're struggling. Nice towards nobody. It's not really a safe weapon to pick up though, and again, keep in mind where the spike is, right? So you've got 38 seconds to get all the way over. Got to get past Kang with the operator.
Twirling this really nicely though.
And that's the main thing, right?
That is
30 seconds left.
Absolutely. He might catch this timing. If these guys aren't aware of this, this is a pretty quick movement around. He's got time to actually let this round develop as well.
I mean, how much time does he have though? Looking where the spike is and then having to get all three. Hello. Oh, does catch Kang. And now we're getting into a more interesting
10
part of the
seconds
round, but 8 seconds now. It felt like it was just going to end this well. Fated almost to close down. Held on to.
Last round in
They're
the
just
half.
not getting what they need here. There's only so many ways we can put it. The map control has been firmly with EDG. They've been pushing nobody in towards B main early, keeping control. They've had a full
10
read.
seconds left.
I hate sounding like a broken record, but again, it's the same formula, it's the same recipe in this round. We see Fang going out. He still has his teammates that has certain abilities. Rolling Thunder, Paranoia. He goes out alone. He gets put down. No one else to trade him. We're seeing Kang going aggressive right after he gets that opening kill, picking up a couple more kills. It's like every round is the same thing. And stealing B main with the op this time.
A little adjustment, but same level of threat. Aldrone pretty good for this, but does he get to evade it? I think he does. Careless. And that's what it costs you. Bianca going to be going down. Fang going to try and pick up the pace through market, maybe a chance, but no, nobody's got their back. Everything's in place. EDG, large and in charge. There is no breaking this team. And for Trace, they are just outmatched here. There's only so ways we can say it.
Can't break the team, they can barely break a trip.
Yeah. Valiant attempts, but Kai now, it's done. EDG, so in control. As said, this is, if anything, a demonstration of why they are #1 in the region. You thought map 1 might have been a one-off. It certainly is not. Full control, full power, the prowess out of control.
Perfect. Not near perfect. Perfect. Otherwise, EDG, they've been looking so strong, so aggressive, and right now, probably so explosive.
Looks like it's made by design. We go back in. Strong look here in the first half of the second map. 10 rounds, double digits right off the rip. We get to witness the approach. Clear-cut look towards the B site here. And they get the access they want. It's mostly a hold towards market. So a little bit of a contest on the cross, but not too much. They should be able to get a plant here, but see if there's maybe a pre-take.
The Lurk Smoke is definitely going to give them the space to do it.
Yeah, Bianca, he's out. And Kang's fallen. This is good. This is actually a little bit of a tester here. Maybe a taste of things to come. But there's maybe where it stops. EDG digging in their heels. But Simon's down low, 4 HP. And he's got 3 players. Not going to happen. They are off to the start they need. They get the first in the second half.
And Trace picking up that pistol. We talked about that. How it's a must-do. Not to get nitpicky, but they're playing the retake from market. What is the purpose of sending that Sova Dart in that early before they can capitalize on it? That was gone 10 seconds before his teammates were able to get there. Had they waited, they had that Lurk Smoke from the Omen to get out market. The rest of the team is going to be coming through this spawn choke point after that attacker smoke dissipates. That would be the perfect timing for that Dart to come in so that they can start making their way into the site. But being used that early, not being able to find any opportunities to get a kill off of it, this could be the not perfectness that they need to be able to do. I'm just making up words at the moment.
Not perfectness.
Not perfectness.
Wordsmiths, we are.
You know, every word is made up technically.
Wow, so deep. This round, though, we're going to have classics and a ghost. So for EDG, you're looking at any danger to be achieved or any damage, but hey, babe.
Enemy remaining.
Damn, all right.
4.
Spike down.
Get your ace.
Get your ace. Let the man, Bianca.
Okay.
Bianca.
Let him get an ace.
Let him cook. Even body blocking, that's crazy now. He's
that-
done it, there we go.
Kai is a good teammate. Kai,
Jumping
be
out
hopping
there,
in, knife
no worries,
out.
trade me.
I'll find him for you, trade him.
I'm great.
Hey, it's confidence. I know it sounds silly, but you're clutching at straws at these points as well. You need those small boosts. They make you at least feel like you're in the game because they've been dictated to up until this point. Thankfully, we've got the beautiful replays here as we did get a bit of a Prius moment at the start there. But love you, Prius.
No comment.
Look, I've got to get at least one Prius jab in, otherwise, contractually, I'm not on point. But as it stands, this is the first test. First big danger, buy round coming in for EDG, bonus for Trace.
And we've seen this from EDG in previous series. Once they get stalled out at A, this is when they transition to that mid to B through market. That is the area that's not being defended by Trace at the moment. So it's on Trace to decide how are they going to deal with this? Are they going to pivot in time?
BNK gonna have to deal with a lot coming his way already, gonna be trying to fall back towards CT. He's got support there. Heibei by his side, shoulder to shoulder. Gungun has gone down. And now they look to fall away again. So a little bit of a push and pull here from EDG. Trace aren't falling for this completely. I'm a little bit worried if they overextended there, but no, they're holding the ground they've been given at least.
Very precarious position here in this 4-on-4, and Trace going aggressive. Will they find him though? Nobody.
Whoa. He was so low on HP though. They were clutching at anything they could. So now they've felt pressure across the map a little bit, still in middle, but no, it's mostly through main. Fung still going to be on the back of the site by back pillar. Supported by Kai now, peeking through on the cage. That's perfect. Follow-up paint shot could have been huge. Don't let this one slip. You have such a great chance here. Don't let it go to waste, and they don't. Fung holds the line. They convert their bonus, exactly what they needed.
It's like they're following the script from the previous game. All they need is EDG to win around here, Trace to pick up the next one, something like that.
Something like that.
But right now, Trace, they have that Rolling Thunder off the back of Heibei getting that ace on that second round here. But good adjustments. I mean, we're seeing the same pattern, the same flow of everything. EDG getting stalled out at A, calling for that audible for the mid to B. Trace, though, staying a step ahead of it. So maybe they've done their homework a little bit. It's all on them to continue this momentum.
Heibei, Rolling Thunder there. You're going to have, I think there's one from the Showstopper too for Fung. So that could be massive for them. Oh, careful now though. Don't get too close. Send them running, sure, but you don't want to be losing rifles here, giving that over. That could be danger. And Kung reminds you why. Rattles off a shot to the brain of Heibei. They're still looking for, why are they so close
Why
to
are they
this?
fighting this still?
I don't know, and maybe we'll find out now. It felt too risky for it, but they are rewarded. But God, they played that dangerously.
That was so dangerous. And had they been winning those types of situations? Sure. But right now, they haven't been, and I was feeling so nervous for them. 4-on-1, Smoggy. You were highlighting him earlier. Damage is good.
Yeah, but the setup, not going to get around it. So,
it's good to show this flash of confidence, though. The fact that they're waiting in those kind of like, I'll stand on this side, you hang on that side, we go for our kills, we actually take these fights. Granted, it was against an eco. Maybe it's like a false sense of confidence there. But it's good to see that they're still in the game, because this is not the end of the world, the end of the road for them if they lose here, right? But it's important for them that they stay mentally engaged in this tournament, that if they go into the lowers, that they know that it's not just a one-sided knockout, that they're just getting pummeled. That
5 in a row now for Trace.
Fun, getting aggressive here. The Paranoia also set up for B main from looking from that market area. Stun up in the front as well.
I mean, no one's on A. So,
it's full control over B.
Look at this pinch. If Chichu doesn't die here, it would be a miracle. And oh my God, it might just be. Fung does get one, but now they come back. They want the scrap as well, but numbers-wise, EDG come out on top.
2 versus 3. Still winnable situation for Trace if you're on the 2. It all comes down to this first fight. The pop flash setup. The teamwork has been there for EDG, hasn't been there for Trace.
But look at Kung's position. He's just away from the others. They may not consider. I think Bianche's thinking about it, and thinking is not enough. Kung takes his head off. And now Heibei, not really with a chance to get back in here, would need a big round. He's got the first, but 30 HP is so hard to try and close it out with. And EDG laugh at the aggression that Trace tried to show.
Respect it. It's off the back of a timeout from the other team. You go aggressive. You do basically an all-in play. You do have the economy to buy behind it if maybe they invested that Rolling Thunder. But honestly, that was pretty big from Chichu. Staying alive, getting those two, getting the hat off. Almost, I don't know if he picked up that third or almost got the third. Teammate Smoggy coming into the sidelines there. So well dealt with from EDG. Trace, respect the effort.
If it was anyone other than Chichu, you feel like that was probably on, on the money, but he has been pretty stalwart in approach. Now what do you do with this?
Just these market splits through B, and they got that KO ultimate to pop on this as well.
Oh, there it is. Just about going to get the info here. That's big. Bianca going to try and lead ahead. Perfect. He knows there's two more. He couldn't quite get the third, but he sets up the rest. Heibe still trying to take him down. And it's aggressive, and it's working. Nobody now in a 1v3. He's got info.
Last player standing.
But what are you meant to do with it? Nobody going to find one. He's got them down to a very doable situation. A minute on the board. Doesn't need to overdo it, but he takes the fight, and he loses it. Trace still in the game.
Round by round, that's all Trace needs to do. They still have that Rolling Thunder for a rainy day if they need it. And EDG getting really low on economy at the moment. So needing to decide what they want to do. If they want to do a full investment, they do have that Hunter's Fury. Kong could go pop those ultimates. But that's a good hold in market from Beyond K. That was great holding his ground, reminiscent of, not to bring up Fnatic on this cast, of course, but Chronicle.
Okay.
It was me doing it.
It's my job.
It was me. It was me. You're safe from this one, I think.
No, it will still be my fault. Look, I'm well aware. Tiles being where EDG start with this time around. And they did go for the kind of broken purchase. So you've got the two rifles, one Sheriff, and then Ghost and Classic on the other side, of course. You're starting to see it again way more well-rounded and a bit of an immovable object. Bianca hunted down, though. Kang picking up the pace and carries on until Kai stands his ground for one, but the trade comes in. TP for information, but Fung trying to find a connection through market. Couldn't do as much damage as he wanted. One rifle gathered by Simon, or did he come in with it? Potentially it's Smoggy, who's picked up a rifle since. Now they're going to get a plant down.
Hits nobody on that Rolling Thunder, but it zones them out into B main. Smoke still up for both sides. Paranoia. Hunter's Fury for the attackers.
That scares me with nobody, that Hunter's Fury in play. And the further the clock ticks, the more impactful it gets. Disconnected, playing safe. The first tap, and there it is. Gonna unleash. Doesn't find anything, but he secures them time. And now you're gonna see the nade going on top, and Simon making sure, spraying and praying, but Heibe, he's sticking on this one. Smoggy, he can't land the shot, the defuse is in!
2 HP, the diffuser.
How did he live through that? Heibe coming online, clutching up with just 2 HP.
Hijacked that spike right under their nose. 2 HP. The spam looked like it was directly on.
It was so close. Oh, this was the start. Bianchi's been so good at this. I mean,
that first engagement at market these last 2 rounds has been pivotal, and that's a big part of EDG's game plan, is getting those B splits through that market zone. Right now, EDG needs to probably think about how they want to approach going B a different way, maybe heavy through main, or trying to contest A and try to steal that ground away. It doesn't have to be instant off the barrier. It could be delayed, but here, it is B again. 4 Vandals up. Kong, Stinger, ultimate ready. And realize that the setup is towards market. That's the retake on B every single round right now. Bianca has his Hunter's Fury, but not in a good position to be able to pop it off.
They've really only shown Kong now a couple of times, and there, nobody's the one to fall following it up. I'm looking at the spike.
He's got a hat too.
Backing away, yeah, there it is, info. That should speed up the approach now. They know that it's going to be an A hit at the very least. Smoggy trying to lead the way with Chichu. They've got to secure a lot of safety here if they want to be able to try and get a plant, because already you've got players
gun barrel
occupying CT.
Almost catches him.
He might have had that one. Kai getting curious, getting closer. And Kai's going to find more. Chichu's fallen. Fung's there. Smoggy's gone down, and now Simon left in a 1v5. This could be the turnaround we were waiting for. A key, critical round for Trace. And Simon going to have to face the music at some point. He's got 5 players surrounding him. And when that smoke drops, he will be revealed and they take another step forward. This is getting to crunch time.
This is getting close, and this is a side of Trace that we were hoping to see. Had this come out on Bind, this could have been a really
Totally different game.
completely. But right now, things are getting a little bit too close for comfort for EDG. Timeouts have to come in. They have to talk about what's going on right now. What have we seen? Bianchi is always in market. He is getting his first kill. He's staying alive.
Yep.
We're seeing always it's Kai towards B, and he's also staying alive, doubling up towards market or spawn a lot of the times. What have we tried and what have we not tried?
Round. That's all it takes to at least secure OT for EDG.
They might pick this one up though. Stingers and Sheriffs on the board, but I've been in esports long enough to know that the caster's curse is definitely real.
It can be relatively strong.
Not NA or EMEA though, so I don't know how strong this sort of buy is.
That is true. Let's see what the Stingers are like going out from this region. Kai. Oh dear.
I've done it.
I can't believe you've done this. It's only one. I mean, Heibei's been really solid as well. And on.
Low King, do you clear the corner?
Please.
He doesn't know, but he'll catch a second by accident, potentially. Simon's,
I mean, he's still... Oh, the timing! Oh my god, he's got no idea. He's got no idea. It's an execution! Nobody just scoops up the rifle. Bianchi is close. That's big. Bianchi, can you save the day? 1 minute, he's got to keep control. Pressure through middle. Kangkang's still there. Kai and Bianchi. Where'd you go? What'd you do? Spike making a quick move towards that B site.
this A fight, Chichu, if he takes this timing right now, even if he doesn't, he can throw his hat on the body on site there, confirm that information, 40 seconds to play with as well, and Kong just causing distraction at the moment here.
He's only got 1 HP.
Forcing that rotation. Here comes the hat. It's going to confirm the info, and it's going to make Trace feel like they have to run all the way back to A on that.
Where'd you go, Kong?
30 seconds left.
Surely not. Surely not. 1 HP, and he's playing him like a fiddle. Chichu trying to draw their attention, and a good angle for Kong here.
Divide and
Tuck
conquer.
himself in the corner. 1 HP's not enough. Kai prevails, and now the 2v2. They know about Chichu. They don't know about Simon. Now they do. They can get that defuse started. Chichu's got to close the gap, and fast. Market his only option, his only way, and it's not good enough. Trace Esports holding on for another.
Those are the types of rounds where I fear for Trace. They are not so well-rounded in those situations. Their whole game plan is those start-around plans, not getting interrupted when they want to execute whatever ideas they have. But right now, they're in a 2 versus 3. I'm shocked that they're able to play in the mud with EDG, this style, and come out on top in that 2 versus 3. That was a really cool round.
Yeah, that was fun. Kai, what a hero. Frustration, looking like a little. Coach.
Oh,
Damn, cameraman. Damn.
that is despair.
Yeah, it truly is. We've all been there. We felt those feelings. We've watched
Been there
the
a few
game.
times.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring it back up, man.
All good.
Damn.
Ultimate for Simon. He can pop this, disable all these traps here for the Cypher, but the Cypher already kind of playing towards top and middle, staying out of that range. Again,
I like it.
but this is what I was talking about a little bit with EDG as well, just trying to figure out, feel it out, not try to commit to anything, try to pressure one side, play out the round instead of just committing through market, because right now we're seeing kind of like a mirror setup from Trace. Flipped on its head, Bianchi over towards A-Link. We've seen him market every round. This is an anti-KO ulti setup here. So how are they going to play off this? They got that kill trip deep in the site for Kong to push all the way through. They know him. They're reading him.
Spoke about it on the first map, how red Trace looked, but this time around it could be different. Kong aware. Yeah,
aware.
knows better, knows way better. They've at least got themselves a plant. With Simon's ult coming in, that's the plant that they've got now secure. First time we're in a 5v5 and Kong just decides he wants market as well. And he gets what he wants, taking down Feng, but now Bianchi, who's been solid as a rock for this team, is next up on the chopping block. Nobody playing a dangerous game. Bianchi, the walking wounded, and Kong doesn't lose these fights. He's such a menace. Wow. The flash he eats, but he gets to keep himself safe. Tucks his head down, goes back in again. When EDG need him most, he will make himself a problem. Look at what he's doing to him. Someone please. Trace have to fall away from this as well now. They know the round's gone. And is this really how EDG make it to 12? It absolutely is.
I can dance all day, try and hit me. That's what he's saying right now as he's ducking around. Some dodgeball moments there. And EDG securing that match point right now. Trace, They switched the setup. They tried to stay ahead of that entire KO ulti situation.
And I liked it. It
The
felt like they
kill
had the
trip
right
with the back
idea.
of B.
Yep.
They had the right idea. They were on the right track. It's about converting that, though, the execution. He knows exactly what's up there. He
That's
cannot
so
believe
good.
it himself.
Oh my gosh.
Control over of A. We haven't seen this pace
No.
from EDG. We haven't seen them take A fast. We haven't seen them commit through. But if they don't get those early kills, they might not decide to continuously go through.
Do they have the resilience now to pick back up?
This is going to be a fast mid to B pivot here off the back of this. They've shown so many abilities. They showed the dart, the knife.
He's been good. He's been so good. This time just off the angle. You can start seeing the cracks showing, that pressure coming into effect. And a new challenger in market this time around. A little bit of a different look here. And there we go, gonna leave it over towards Kai this time. Again, looking hesitant. Down to 8 HP, just on the verge here. EDG pressuring and pressuring, but pausing.
This is where the rounds get interesting. Both teams weren't able to get exactly what they wanted here. EDG has been better than Trace in these types of moments. The map cracked open. So many gaps that Trace has to deal with. It all comes down to how they brawl out in this scrappy mid-round fight.
But Kai staying alive keeps information on B. That's all they really have on it, is an 8 HP player sat there checking his cam saying they're still not out, they're still looking for a fight. Don't stop holding these angles. Expect pressure through market, expect pressure through top middle.
My camera is destroyed.
EDG,
Finally, the camera's gone. That's an issue.
they better choose A right now, and it looks like they're posturing towards that direction.
Yankee falls away. This could be huge for him. This is his moment to shine. Can he save the day? Can he hold back the flood? Heybei tries to make a go of it, but no, he falls in the meantime. At close to perfection may not have ever been enough against these boys. Kang, the one to seal it, surely, as just one remains in a 1v4. Oh, there are 4 players waiting for you. EDG proving why they are the representative, why they